Here we are going to study about the next point, which is called generalization. So that is a second extended ER feature. We already said about specialization as a top-down manner, a top-down approach. So that means we will have a higher entity level, entity set will be there, and based on some attribute, that is all the entities in this specialized, in this higher level entity set, uh, that may not be same. So based on certain attribute, we will divide a higher level entity set into subset. Okay, so that is the meaning of specialization, and we already said that it is a top down approach. Now we are going to study about generalization. Generalization is a bottom up approach. That means if you have different entity sets are there, and if you find anything in common between these entity sets, we can club them together to a higher entity set. That is always a specialization and generalizations are inversions. So, with the help of one example, I think it will be very clear to you the concept of specialization and generalization. We all know about doctors. So, first of all, I'm going to explain about the concept of specialization. So, suppose that we have an entity set which is called doctor. Okay, and based on the suppose we are considering the doctors, MD doctors, that is where there. In the case of doctors, we are dividing them into, there are different classes of doctors are there based on their specialization. That is, some of them some categories: pediatric, then cardiology, then next general medicine. So that are the specialized area. So you just imagine it as a tree in which the root is a entity set which is called doctor, and based on the doctor means it can be any person that have a set of properties are there. So based on their specialization, we can divide the doctors into different entity set. As I said, general medicine, pediatric, cardiology, or neonatology. So like that we can divide. So there will be some property which are there for each and every subset. That is, in the case of cardiology, that may be that person or that doctor may be taking higher studies in cardiology, MD in cardiology. Or if you are taking general medicine, that particular person may be taking higher degree, MD in general medicine. So based on certain property, we are dividing the doctor into different subgroups. That is called specialization. So that is the example of a point which is called specialization. So if you are taking generalization, suppose that we have a group of these doctors are there. That is a set called a set of doctors who are in cardiology. That is, their area is in cardiology doctors. A set of doctors are pediatric doctors or general medicine doctors. So that is a general. Then ENT or anything. So let it be different classes of doctors, different entity sets. So if you are taking different entity sets, each and every entity set, there will be something in common to each and every entity set, and based on that we are grouping them to a top upper level, that is to the higher level, which is called a doctor. Okay, so I think it will be more clear if you understand this example. So one is specialization, that is the doctor is given to lower level. Okay, that I took as an example. In the case of generalization, first of all we will have a set of entity sets will be there, and we will check whether any properties which are common to each and every one, and based on that we will be moving based on the common features, we are just making a new entity set at the higher level, and that is the concept of the generalization. Okay, so in the case of specialization and generalization will be represented in ER diagram in the same manner. So there is nothing differences are there. So the next point is, with another example will be given. Suppose that we have already took this example, and suppose we have an entity set which is called instructor is there. Okay, and the instructor has the properties instructor ID, name, salary, and rank. Then suppose we have another entity set which is called secretary, and he has ID, name, secretary, salary, and hours per week. So if we are comparing these two entity sets, some of the attributes are common to all. That is the ID that are common to all. One is instructor ID, one is secretary ID. The name is common to both instructor name, secretary name. Then instructor salary, secretary salary. But the difference is only in this example, it is only in the last property, that is last attribute, that is only rank and hours per week. So most of the attributes are common to both. So we can make we can find the similarity, and based on which we can group them to one entity set in the higher level, that is called the employee. Okay, so the employee, this example is just reverse of that of the specialization. So in the case of specialization, an employee entity set was divided into two, but here we took two entity set. We are in the bottom up manner, we are grouping them, we are just generalizing them to a top level, that is called the generalization, and the name of the general class is entity set is the employee. Okay, so the next point we have we can say the extended ER feature is the attribute inheritance. So I think all of you have studied in OOPS concept the meaning of inheritance. That means the same concept you already studied, but here this concept is very same. So if you are considering a specialization or generalization, it has a property which is called the attribute inheritance. So in the case of specialization and generalization, I said that they are inverses. In generalization, it's a bottom-up manner, and specialization is a top-down manner. If you're taking any higher level or lower level entity set, each of the entity set will have a set of attributes will be there. So inheritance means it's a subclass, superclass relationship is there. Every subclass will take attributes from its superclass. Okay. And that is the meaning of attribute inheritance. For example, suppose as we said, we have two entity sets are there, that is called student and employee. And the student, if you are taking student and employee, if you are taking the concept of specialization, they will come that is they will come under the entity set, that is person entity set is divided into the student entity set and employee entity set. So person, as we said, person has different attributes were there, like ID, name, and like that is some attributes were there, address, like that attributes were there. So if you are taking each of the subset, they will also have the same entity set. But if you are considering the student has an additional entity property which is called total credit, and in the case of employee, other than the three attributes, it has an additional attribute which is called salary. And next is, as you know the concept of single inheritance and multiple inheritance. So if you are considering a specialization or generalization, if a lower level entity is there is only one ISA relationship. One ISA relationship means, we know that in the case of specialization, one subclass is there, it is ISA, it is a connection of connected to a higher level. So as we said, instructor is a person, or instructor is a student is a person. So like that, if there is if you are taking a higher level and lower level entity set, that is the higher level has only one lower level entity set, it is called a single inheritance. If more than one is a relationship is there, that is if more than one subclasses or sub entity sets are there for a particular higher level entity set, it is called multiple inheritance. Next concept we have to study is about the constraints on generalization. So as we said, constraint means certain condition. So whenever we are considering generalization, we can give certain constraints. That is each entities, which all entities can be a member of a particular lower entity set. So that is the meaning of one type of constraint. That is, if you are taking a particular entity, in which lower entity set that particular one will come. So it is mainly there are two types of this. We can define in two ways. The first one is condition defined. Condition defined is that the membership of that is in which subclass that particular entity set will come. that will be based on certain conditions. So the entity based on the first of all the entity will be checked using a predicate, and based on the value of the condition, that entity will go to the next level. Okay, for example, with the help of an example, it will be more clear. Suppose we have an entity set which is called student, and the student has one property, that is the student type. So if the student type is equal to graduate, it will go to the graduate entity set. Okay. If the student type is equal to undergraduate, it will go to the undergraduate entity set. So these are the two different, it's a condition defined one, that is based on certain properties, certain attribute of the particular entity set. We will decide to which subclass or to which subgroup in the lower entity set, lower level entity set, that particular entity should come. And so condition defined is also called attribute defined. The second method is user defined. That is, a database user can define in which lower entity set that particular entity in the higher level should be. For example, suppose that there is a case, that is, after 3 months of employment, the university employees are assigned to one of the 4 work teams. So what is the meaning? So initially the person will not be in any one of the group. So we can consider a top level which is called employee, and the employee is divided into 4 groups that represent 4 teams. That is, 4 subclasses will be there for the entity set called employee. So initially he will be an employee, and after 3 months he will go to any one of the teams. So who will decide in which team that person should go? It is not done based on certain condition, and there will be some person or a user in charge who will decide to which group that particular person will go. So that is called user defined. A user in charge will be there who will define in which subclass a particular entity set should go. Okay, so these are the 2 ways. So the constraints on generalization was the point we were discussing. That is, in the case of generalization, here we have to decide, if you are taking one entity, in which subclass that particular entity should go. There are 2 ways are there. The first one is condition defined. That is, a condition or a predicate will be defined. If a member or entity satisfy that particular condition, he will go to that particular group. For example, as we said, a student is an entity set. Suppose student has an attribute which is called the student type. If it is graduate type, it will go to the subclass graduate. If it is undergraduate, it will go to the subclass undergraduate. In user defined type, the user will take care of this groupism. Okay, that is it. And there are 2 types of these points we already studied. So in the case of generalization, or if in the case of specialization, this point is very important. That is disjoint and overlapping. Disjoint means disjointness constraint. That means if you are taking a particular entity from a top level or higher level entity set, that particular entity will go to any one of the lower level. Okay, that is called disjoint. In overlapping generalization or in overlapping specialization, if you are taking a particular entity in the top level or a higher level, it can move to, or it can be available in multiple lower level entity set. So that is called disjoint and overlapping specialization or generalization. Then next one is completeness constraint on generalization or specialization. So we said, when we studied about relationship, we said that there is a concept called total relationship and partial relationship. Total relationship means that if all the entities in an entity set participate in a relationship, that is called total. And if it is not total, then it is called a partial. The same concept we are using here, but here we are taking the total in the case of generalization or specialization. Total generalization or total specialization means each entity in the higher level that will belong to any one of the lower level entity set. Partial generalization or specialization means there will be some entities in the higher level that is not belongs to any of the lower level entities, and the default one is the partial generalization. So these are the some of the important ER extended ER features. One more is there, that is called, that is the last one that we have to study, that is aggregation. So we studied specialization, generalization, then attribute inheritance, then constraints on generalization, condition defined and user defined, then the completeness constraint, that is if you are taking a particular entity in the higher entity set, partial is there, total generalization is there. Total generalization means if you are taking any entity in the higher entity level, it may be it may go to any one of the lower level. Then partial generalization or partial specialization means that only some of the entities will go to the lower level.